Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is able to hear me and everyone is able to see my screen. If possible, can someone please confirm if you're able to hear me clearly and able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
You're audible.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks, everyone. Yeah. So, what we discussed in the last class is we discussed about cross-cutting design pattern. Okay. What exactly the high level overview on the cross-cutting design pattern is? For every microservice, we are going to have regular business logic. It's a common, like customer microservice related to customer functionality, deposit microservice related to deposit functionality, withdraw microservice related to withdraw functionality. But there are some common aspects which spans across multiple microservices like security, login, tracing, health check, discovery. All those things mandatory for every microservice, but we need to write a code for every microservice? Then it's going to be boilerplate code or redundant code or some extra headache. So how we need to keep or how we need to have a best practices in day-to-day life on these common aspects? What are the design patterns are available? Those are part of cross-cutting design patterns. Whenever we have a Spring Boot in place, whenever we are thinking Spring Boot is in place, okay, so we have maximum tools are available. Just like we need to learn how to use them. That's it. So that all these aspects will be part of this particular design pattern. Okay. So this is what I have discussed in the last class. Today we are going to take the first part is API gateway. API gateway is the first part I want to discuss further today. So before I proceed further, as of now, anyone, any questions so far, guys? Before I proceed further, anyone has any questions or concerns or any points you want to highlight? Can we go ahead? Right. I hope everyone is clear, guys. Right. Okay. Now the first part is API gateway. So what do you mean by API gateway? So by default, there is a gate. I mean, the name itself is indicating, guys. The name itself is indicating API gateway is, for example, in our home, there is a gate, right? In our home, there is a gate. And anyone who enters into my home, they should cross the gate. Correct, right? They should cross the gate. It's an entry point for all the persons who will come to my home or a flat, right? So I have a common entry point. Correct, right? You want to come from anywhere to my home, either north side or west side or east side or anywhere you are. You are coming from anywhere, I don't know. If you want to come to my flat, I have only one entry point. Correct, right? What is the advantage here? If I want to do any certain things, like if anyone come to my home, they should feel attracted towards to my home. I will keep some rangoli, or I'll decorate in a better way, or I'll keep my dog. So certain things, because it's a entry point, right? So I can keep certain things. Understand, right? There's common things I'm talking. Okay, sir? If at all, if I have multiple entry points, I cannot keep them every place, right? So there is a good advantage with respect to having a entry gate in front of my home so that I can do certain activities. Yes or no, guys? In the similar way, okay? Same in microservices architecture, we have a API gateway. So what is an API gateway is an API gateway is, okay, server only. It's typically a server, okay? In other words, we call that as a L7 proxy. We have a proxies, guys. Okay, in a network terms, proxy servers will be there, guys. Okay, in network terminology, proxy servers, out of which we call that as a L7 proxy. There's a name, okay, between client and microservices that acts as a centralized entry, that acts as a centralized entry, centralized entry point. I can say here, centralized entry point for all clients into the system. For all clients into the system, we can refer as reverse proxy that accepts all API calls, accepts all API and forward them to the appropriate microservice. Okay, an API gateway is a typically server, or we can call that as a L7 proxy between client and microservices, which acts as an entry point for all clients into the system. All the clients into the system. Okay, we can call that as a reverse proxy. Sir, what is a reverse proxy? Any idea, guys? Anyone? Reverse proxy. What is the normal meaning of reverse proxy? Reverse proxy means, sir, general idea is, okay, proxy is in our what I can say is a proxy is a normal meaning. First, I'll give a normal meaning. Okay, sir. First of all, I want to meet an IAS officer, sir, or a politician, either MLA or anyone. I cannot meet them directly. Okay, I cannot meet them directly, right, guys? There will be a personal assistant for them. Okay, I need to reach him first, and I'll explain him why I need to meet. What is the purpose of meeting? And that guy, personal assistant, will talk to the respective MLA or MP or minister, whatever it may be, and he will update us. This is a problem. This is what that Mr. Representative is telling to me. So that personal assistant is a proxy. He's a proxy. I cannot meet exactly I cannot meet directly. As a citizen, I cannot meet directly the respective minister or any politician. Between me and my politician, there is a personal assistant will be there. What he'll take here? He will take my requests and I will update the same request to the respective politician. Okay. And whatever the politician said to me, he'll not directly tell to citizen. He'll tell to his personal assistant. Then same comes to, okay, this is what told and this is okay. So that is a proxy, guys. Understand, right? We can refer as a reverse proxy. Reverse proxy means what? Just like it's a name. I'm not with the API gateway is not doing anything here. It will take all the API calls and forward them to the appropriate microservice. And it is going to forward to an appropriate microservice. Okay, guys? So what is the advantage here? What is the advantage here? If at all, if you provide an API for each and every client, okay? So by providing an API for each client, I can say that if I can provide each API gateway to the client, it's complex, right, guys? The complexity of underlying system and let's clock to directly the service, it is going to have a complexity. Okay. So what I can say here, typically, I'm going to draw a diagram, sir. A small diagram. You will understand from that. Okay. It can be a mobile client. So where I have a different clients. Mobile client. Maybe Angular, React. Next one is external clients like Swiggy or Zomato, anyone. External clients, mobile clients, Angular or React client are external clients. So assuming that our microservices are guys, where I can say that order service, all these are our microservices, guys. Okay, where I can call that as a order service. Inventory service, cart service, payment service, shipping service, discount service. Okay. So these are my respective microservices, guys. Order service, inventory service, cart service, payment service, shipping service, discount microservice. So what is it actually? If any of the requests from anywhere, if they want to talk to directly microservice, it is not correct. We should have a common gateway. In between these two, we should have a common gateway. What that gateway should take care, which I call that as a API gateway. API gateway. What exactly it should do that actually? All the requests, guys. If at all client want to, any client make any request, any client make any request, that should be reaching to through API gateway only. Okay. Assuming that this is my home, sir. This is my home where all my hall, living area, bedroom, all those things here. This is my home. I can say that this is a gate. Anyone comes to my home, they should cross through the gate. But what is the advantage, sir? What is that? If I don't have API gateway, what's going to happen? If I have API gateway, what is the advantage? Can any idea or can I go ahead further? What are the advantages? That is what I told, right? Cross-cutting concerns. Yes or no, guys? Where we have typical cross-cutting concerns. Yes or no, guys? Cross-cutting concerns, which I am going to write, which I am going to have. Okay. What are the cross-cutting concerns where we can see that, guys? Service
Logging.
discovery. Yeah, one by one. Yeah, logging. I mean, all the aspects, but one by one I'll write here, guys. Okay. Service discovery. Service discovery as well as routing, traffic routing. So service discovery and traffic routing. Sir, what is the meaning of service discovery and what exactly a traffic routing? That's the first point. I'll discuss it internally. Okay. These are the cross-cutting concerns, right? Service discovery, security concerns, service discovery, as well as security, protocol, interoperability. Next one is latency, network latency. So service discovery, security, protocol, latency, network latency, also validations. So these are the certain activities, guys. Logging is not a gateway, sir, first of all. Okay, someone told just now, login is not a gateway. Logging is I want a common mechanism to log my data. Okay, sir. Cross-cutting concerns from API gateway I'm talking, sir. Not overall cross-cutting concerns. Okay, sir. Cross-cutting concerns related to API gateway. not other things here, like network logging, tracing, all those things I'm not talking here. Only there are certain cross-cutting concerns, right? What are the cross-cutting concerns I mentioned here? Security, logging, tracing, health check, discovery. Some of the things I wrote here, I've taken only where service discovery, traffic routing, security, protocol interoperability, network latency, and validation. These are the cross-cutting concerns that will be taken care by API gateway. So what I can say that this is an entry point. Can I say this is an entry point, guys? Entry point for all microservices. Entry point for all microservices. Okay. Now, one by one, we'll see here, guys. One by one, we are going to discuss here. Okay. Just like I gave a description, sir, API gateway is a proxy server that accepts the API calls from different clients, and it will redirect it to the appropriate microservice. Okay. So just like I diagram, and what are the cross-cutting concerns API gateway is solving is these are one by one we'll discuss here. Okay. Sir, everyone got a high level picture or any questions on understanding? Sir, don't worry. I'm going to teach, I'm going to take care of all these service discovery in detail. I'll going to, that's what my now next immediately is. I'll going to teach you all those things, but at a high level, everyone is clear or any questions from anyone, guys, as of now? As of now, any questions from anyone?
What is
What's the
L7,
meaning
sir?
of L7
L7
proxy?
proxy.
Yeah. Sir, it's a name, sir. L7 proxy, they call in network terms, they call that as a name. Layer 7 proxy. I mean, in other words, if I want to do this activity, right, sir? What is that activity? I should take the different requests from all the clients, and it should identify the respective microservice, and whatever the response it will get it should give it, whatever the request it is, that is a data transfer, all those things, right? So in designing that, they in doing that, they designed 7 layers in that actually. That's why they call L7 proxy. It's
Okay,
a name,
understand.
sir. Nothing to worry. Nothing to. It's a name only. Okay. Why I told this word is, did you work on L7? Do you know about L7? Some people will ask for interviews. What is that? I mean, just to make sure that there is no new word. L7 is a related to interview. That is the only point here. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions from anyone, guys? Everyone is clear? Okay. Perfect. Now we'll go to the first point is service discovery. Sir, what is the meaning of service discovery, sir? What is the meaning of service discovery and traffic routing?
Service discovery have all the details of our microservices and how many instances are created.
Yes, but why we need it?
Because we are actually implementing the load balancing. At the time, we know the how many instances.
I don't want load balancing. I don't have a load balancing. Then I don't require service discovery.
No, sir. We have a get the request from API gateway, though, so we need to know where we redirect to the our request. So service
Okay.
discovery have all the details.
Okay.
Sir, one service can find the address of another service from the service discovery.
So, okay. Let me, I'm intentionally arguing, sir. Please don't mind. My argument is intentional. Okay. For example, sir. Okay. Anil is there, right? Now, if I know Anil's contact, I can directly call him, right? So I no need to call Ashok IT. From Ashok IT, let the call go to Anil. Why I need that barrier? In other words, sir, order service, definitely it will have a REST URL, right? payment service, definitely it's have a REST URL, right? Every microservice, anyhow, I'm having a REST URL, right? I mean, some URL, why REST? Some URL. Yes or no, guys? Every
Yes, sir.
microservice when I'm exposing, I'll have a URL. Okay? Why not I directly call that URL? Why
So
in
we are
between
not
this?
exposing all the URLs for different microservices. We have
Why?
only
I'll
one common
expose.
URL.
I'll expose. I'll expose. I don't want any third party things. I'll expose. Sir, I have 20 microservices. I'll expose them.
It's a different domain, like
See,
All are in one domain. All are in one domain. All are in one domain. And also I don't require any load balancing. And client is at my end, server is at my end only. Means I am the manager, assuming that for client side as well as backend side. All are working in one team only. Maybe I develop the solution. I'm developing a solution for my customer. Front end is my team, back end is my team. This is how interviewer is going to confuse. Any further thoughts? Okay, I'll explain. Service discovery is a another design pattern also. But so what I need is by default, sir, I've exposed a microservice, sir. Okay. Every microservice where if there is a change in the configuration, every microservice, if there is a change in the configuration, I don't want a tightly coupling at my client side. I don't want any tightly coupling at my client side. My client should be loosely coupled. What do you mean by tightly coupled? What do you mean by loosely coupled?
see, for example,
Give me, I'll explain, sir. I'll take the points here. Give me 5 minutes, sir. I'll explain that actually. Okay. Yeah. Please don't mind. Just like I am on the middle of things. Okay. I'll take anything here. I'll explain for 5 minutes. Then I'll take questions. Okay. Please don't mind. Yeah. So, for example, I'm the Swiggy developer, sir. I'm a developer of Swiggy. Okay. Swiggy is another product. All the hotels are different products. Am I right? Now Swiggy is interacting with lot of hotels. Now, for example, Swiggy is interacting with Paradise Hotel. How they will interact, sir? Through REST API. Typically through REST API, right, sir? Okay. So, what are my point here? Assuming that I hard coded something paradise.com:9090 place order. That's the REST API, and they have a JSON, and I gave to them. That is at my side, client side. I hard coded. I kept my Paradise configuration. Okay. Now Paradise is having 3 APIs. One API is to get the list of food items and the prices. That is menu. That's a menu. Another API is order, placing an order. Another API is payment processing. Another API is money adjustment, inventory adjustment, or whatever you can think of. There are 4 APIs are given by Paradise, where Swiggy used to interact with them. Okay. Now tomorrow, Paradise, they changed their payment gateway. With that change, their URL of payment gateway is changing. Now, Paradise is telling that I have a change in the URL for payment. This is my new URL. So again, I need to go to the code. Again, I need to change my configuration. Okay. Right, sir? Again, I need to take care. So, which is somewhat difficult for me. I want, sir, any change in paradise, I don't care. It can be network change. It can be port number change. It can be any other change. I don't care. I need a loosely coupled element where paradise.com/order, paradise.com/payment, paradise.com/menu. It's a simple. Menu means it should give menu items. Payment means payment should. Order means order. Inventory means inventory. So that in future, any change at Paradise side, it will not impact on Swiggy side. Right, sir? That's the first point where you can think of. Does it make sense or any questions? Someone is asking, someone is telling something while I stopped him. Now you go ahead, guys. Clear, sir?
Sir, how you like you told na, like paradise/payment, paradise slash
How means
order.
I'm going to write a code. We are going to write a code. But my point is, we are going to construct a URL in the gateway side. Okay. So
Okay.
what exactly in the gateway side, I'm going to write some code or some configuration. Okay. Which service discovery, service registry will be there. Service discovery will be there. Okay. So that's how the same word will be part of two design patterns. Service discovery functionality is that two design patterns are taken care to achieve the good loosely coupled architecture. As of now, what I'm trying to say is API gateway, I'll tell I want order service. Okay. API gateway will redirect to me. I no need to know the details of order service, payment service, inventory service. I don't need the details also. Okay. I will only call to that guy and that guy will take care of that. Understand? How it is going to do that? I am going to write a code here. Kindly please design pattern. Just I am telling you code wise, I'll write a code here. This is not a theoretical topic. We will write a code here. Okay. But what is the advantage here? What is the advantage here? So the point here is every client can call respect to microservice through API gateway only to achieve loosely coupled architecture. What is the advantage with this? With this approach, okay, first advantage is any change in the microservice side. With this approach, following advantages. Following advantages. First advantage. Any change in the microservice configuration which will not impact the client. Will you agree with that? Second, sir, my application is a very critical. and it's an internet facing application. Okay. Internet facing application, sir. What I want is, I don't want hacker. Every hacker can directly come into my data center. Every hacker cannot directly come into my data center. Okay. For example, I have a home, right, sir? Just like why I am telling home means it's the best example, sir, where you can correlate. That's the point here. Please don't mind. This guy is always taking home is example because it correlates, guys. Okay. For our home, right, guys? Can I enter? Can I allow everyone into my home? No, right? For example, I have three types of guests. One type of guest is courier guys will come into my home. Courier guys, courier who want to, I mean, if I added anything, right? I will only allow them to gate itself. I mean, just like in front of my gate. Right, sir? Second guy is, if at all a technician is there, I can allow him or I can allow them wherever we have a problem in our home. And third type is our relatives, friends and relatives. So what is the point here, guys? Everyone, I don't want to enter into my room blindly. I have certain layers of restrictions. Okay. So what is that I will want to do is, I will keep API gateway in a separate network zone, and my data center is in a separate network zone. Complete firewall, I can keep my data center. I can keep a firewall. Outside people cannot reach to my firewall. Outside people cannot reach to my firewall. So firewalls are of two types: external firewall, internal firewall. API gateway, I'll keep outside. Everyone can enter there. Anyone can hit there. Okay. I will do some business logic. If it is a valid request or not, then only I will redirect it to the respective microservice. So what is it I want to say here? Network level security. Okay. Only valid requests here. Oh, sorry guys, what happened here? Service discovery and routing. And traffic routing. Okay. What is the point here I'm talking here? All the requests from external clients can call microservices through API gateway itself. With this approach, we can achieve the following things, out of which A is loosely coupled architecture. Any change in any configuration change in microservice will not impact the client, right? Also, network level security. Only valid requests can reach to actual microservice by separating them into two different networks. Understand, right, guys? Two different networks. Everyone can enter into API gateway, but no one will touch my core layer or my main data center. Right, guys? Just now, one of my friend told also load balancing. Sir, load balancing is not a great here. Okay. Just like between API gateway to my microservice, load balancing will be there. I mean, load balancing, no relation to that. There is no relation of load balancing to that. Okay. So, service discovery and traffic routing, also URL validations. URL validations. For example, I gave everything correctly, but some part of the URL I did a mistake. My URL is not correct. It should not go to my microservice where your URL is wrong. It should not go to my real data center. It should be handled at a gateway itself. Gateway should identify, verifying the URLs and rejecting them if they are not valid. Else, route them through actual microservice. It will route through actual microservice. So these are the typical advantages of service discovery and traffic routing. Any questions here, guys, on the first point? Everyone is clear on the first point? Sir, is everyone is clear? Please don't mind. Next point is rate limiting. Rate limiting. What do you mean by rate limiting, sir? What do you mean by rate limiting?
The number of requests per second to limit
Exactly.
this.
Exactly. So the common problem I tell, sir, before I go to rate limiting, first I will give a common problem, sir. Okay. The best example is this Lord Balaji Temple website, Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, TTD website. 1 year before, just like 2023 time frame. Okay. I can log into the website. I can book the tickets. I can log into the website. I can book the tickets directly. But they observed that when the darshan quota is launched, accommodation launched, or sevas quota is launched, they thought that they will get 1 to 2 million requests. 1 to 2 million requests they expected, but it reached to 100 millions. It's the actual number, 100 millions. And their networks they cannot handle them. They cannot handle them. That much load. What they want to do is here, I need some architecture, okay, where whatever my capacity is there, that request only should go to my server. Whatever my capacity is there, I should make sure that my number of inputs or my input volume or my call volume should not exceed the threshold value. Should not exceed the threshold value. Okay. should not exceed any threshold value. For example, my server can take only 100 requests. At any point of time, concurrently 100 requests will be taken. Okay. If I load that server with 1000 requests, it will die. Server will die. Understand? What I want here? But my front end side, okay, I will need to communicate the same message. What I'll do here, 100 request processing, average it will take 20 seconds. Assuming that, sir, 100 requests, 20 seconds. Okay. There are 1000 requests are there. I will calculate the time. Maybe 4 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever the timeline. I will take every request from coming from external and I'll calculate the time. I'll keep them into my gateway side. Your current waiting time is 2 minutes because we have a large volume of requests coming here. Your request will not be processed immediately. You need to wait for 2 minutes. You need to wait for 2 minutes. For example, the same scenario is if you call bank service, these are bankers, we have a, what I can call customer care. Everyone have this, right? Your call is very important to us. Kindly wait. One of our service representative get back to you. Your current waiting time is 2 minutes. Have you heard these words, guys?
Yes, sir.
Same way, rate limiting. Okay, Tirumala Tirupati website, they kept this kind of architecture of rate limiting. They will clearly tell me your current request is in queue. Your next, I mean, you will be redirected to actual website after some X interval of time, after some X minutes. So that I am not discarding any request. I am providing best customer experience. If at all, if I want to wait, I'll wait it. Otherwise, I'll close my browser. I am making sure that whatever the valid threshold limit of my server can take it, I can accept that. That is a rate limiting. Understand? Everyone is clear on rate limiting? So, allowing the network call or allowing the inbound calls till only threshold level and keeping other requests in queue, in gateway queue. Sir, gateway have a queue or whatever, that is a different point. Okay. Keeping other requests at gateway itself and processing them at later points, so that our server health check will be, so that no impact on our server health check. No impact on our server health check. This is a rate limiting is the another important. Guys, clear everyone? Any questions here, guys, on this as of now? Next. Sir, everyone is clear, right, sir? Next one is protocol interoperability. Protocol interoperability. So, by default, sir, we cannot assuming that, by default, we cannot assume that all services are Spring Boot and everyone is having microservice. I cannot think like that. Okay. I cannot think like that, guys. Where all microservices are developed in Spring Boot, all are having REST APIs. Some frameworks are having SOAP protocol. Some frameworks having RPC call. Some frameworks having socket connections. Some frameworks having queuing. Okay. So by default, I cannot think like that. Now, for me, my microservice, I should get whatever my input, what I need here, and I will throw whatever the output I have. I don't want to write code. This guy is coming with this request. He is coming with JSON. I want to convert into XML. Or else my input is in JSON. I want to convert into TCP stream. Something like that. Protocol transmission. We call that as. REST is a HTTP protocol. JAX, WS, SOAP protocol. Socket connection. Again a TCP stream. Queuing architecture depends on our own protocol. So our interaction with every service is different. What I need here, my microservice, I don't want to write a separate logic. What is the input? What is the output? That only my microservice will take care. So different, what is that actually I need to say here? Different microservices may have different protocols and processing inputs and providing outputs based on their protocol, including error handling, through API gateway, solves the problem of actual business logic versus prototyping the request, prototyping request and response. So that is called as a protocol interoperability. I don't want to involve in prototyping the request and response. I will handle through my protocol itself. That I'll do it at API gateway itself. What exactly it should do, sir? If it's a SOAP protocol, if my JSON is coming, I'll convert into XML and I'll call it. If I want to convert into binary stream, I need to call that binary stream. I can do that. If I want to call into error, a common error message, sir. Across my microservice, I have a common error messages. Mr. Vinod, can you go on mute? A common error message I want to give across my system. My common error dictionary. I want to take care of common error codes for all microservices. So that kind of things are protocol interoperability. Any questions here, guys, on third point?
Yeah, still we are not. I am not able to getting your answer, sir, for protocol interoperability. Can you give me any live example? Then we got to know.
By default, sir, live example in the sense it all depends on implementations. So, for example, maybe I can think of Airtel systems. My UI, okay? When I click on payment, I want to pay my Airtel bill. Assuming that Airtel is developed in Angular or React, okay, and payment system is in SAP. SAP system, payment system is in SAP. Okay. Now the input to SAP, something SAP data type or something SAP related functionality of that input and output. Okay. Someone should convert the Angular React request and response into SAP format, right? Maybe I need to create a stream of bytes, or I need to keep into the request into SAP queue, or I need to convert into XML in making a request and getting the response. Correct, right? My SAP microservice always it expects either a byte stream or a XML or a separate queue. Then only my payment service will be processed. Client does not worry. Client is always gives JSON only. Angular or React, they will give JSON only. Hey, this microservice is expecting me a stream of bytes. Angular code will convert that. No, my microservice is in queuing architecture. I need to have some queue and I'll push that into queue. No, right? How microservice handles, how microservice calls does not depend on queuing. Does not depend on client. What I'll do here at API gateway, I know this guy, I want to convert that into byte stream. I want to convert into XML, or I want to call in different way. That kind of prototyping, request and response handles through API gateway. You got it, Vinod?
Yeah, I got it. For example, Airtel system is sending data XML format, but payment gateway is only like JSON or CSV format. Protocol interoperability, it will convert from client is sending JSON, but they are accepting XML. It will convert JSON to XML. Is it task will do protocol interoperability?
Yeah, protocol interoperability means protocol take care of. For example, sir, TCP protocol is there. Okay, it will only take TP stream. SOAP protocol is there. It will only take SOAP stream. I mean, I need to create a SOAP channel. In that SOAP channel, whatever the format, it may be XML or it may be JSON, I need to keep the same format and to keep the data in the same stream. Okay. So protocol interoperability means creating the medium for calling that microservice, including the data packets and data formats. Both will be part of protocol interoperability. Data packets, data in the respective stream. If I want to call SOAP web service, I need to convert into XML. I need to send the data into SOAP stream. A SOAP envelope I need to add. In the SOAP envelope, I need to keep the XML data and I need to hit the SOAP protocol. I want to call a REST protocol. I'll keep the same JSON data. HTTP protocol by default available. I can call directly without opening any HTTP envelope. I want to call a particular C++ microservice. I can keep a stream of bytes into a queue. I can push the data into stream of bytes. So XML for XML format with a SOAP envelope, JSON with HTTP envelope, or stream of bytes in a queue envelope. Three possible options: data formats as well as stream of protocols. Those to be handled at a API gateway through network interoperability. Got it?
Thank you, sir.
Clearly got it, right? Yep.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yep. Any other questions, guys? Sir, all these points are people might not know, sir, very, very important. If someone asks you API gateway pattern, you should explain this so that interviewer can think of your real-time guide. A lot of people doesn't know these many things here. Okay, right. Maybe I have another important topic, security, sir, authentication and authorization. Maybe I'll proceed in tomorrow's class. Okay. Any questions before I wrap for today, guys? Before I wrap for today, any questions? Can I share these notes tomorrow? Let me share today itself. What is this actually? API. Sir, any other questions, guys? Before while I uploading the code. Okay.
So is it theoretical or we have to do any programming here also?
We need to write a programming, sir. I mean, it's not, but we have some frameworks. For example, I want to convert into XML, JAX WS, we have a JAXB framework is there. If I want to convert into byte stream, we have a byte, core Java provides byte stream, right? For example, you want to convert into JSON, Jackson libraries. Some libraries are there in Java.
No,
But
what I'm asking that for API gateway, is there any demo application will be there or simply theory?
No, I'm going to write the code. I told,
Yes,
right, sir?
that's why I'm asking.
I'm writing a code. Okay. Now onwards, maximum things will be code only. But because in real time, right, we will use 2-3 design. For example, in this case, API gateway, service registry, service discovery, configuration server, 4 design patterns in one use case. So that is how you'll develop. Only API gateway, one real-time application, only service gate, but we will develop the application by using 4 things. I will write a code with 2 or 3 design patterns based on the use case. Okay, but everything you have a code. Understand?
Okay.
Service registry and service discovery is the two things or is the same thing?
I'll explain. Both are different.
Okay.
Both are different, but I will explain that because I didn't came to service discovery at all. Okay, right.
Okay.
I'm uploading. Any other questions, guys? Okay.
Sir, what is data packet, sir?
Data packets means, for example, madam, I am hitting my REST call, madam. Okay, Angler is hitting a REST protocol, right, madam?
Okay.
Now, during the whenever the API is processing, right? Okay, in the network side, the request will be sent in the format of JSON. That JSON data in a network packet, in some packet, the data will go so that no other request can or no other thread can reach that, can read the data packet. Okay, so I'll keep the data into a one network level element. I mean, I no need to keep that. Our framework will take care of, but internally it will keep a separate packet. All the data will be in the packet, and network layer, something like we have a SSL TLS 1.3 protocol or TLS 1.2 protocol at network layer will make sure that encrypt the entire data using some kind of SSH keys or something like that, and it will reach to server where no hacker can decode or encode something like that, and it will keep this network safeguard. So that is called as a network packet, and it is a network layer term used from client to server without any security breach. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Got
Sir.
it, ma'am?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, guys. I'll stop for today, guys. We'll take tomorrow.
Sir,
Thank
one
you.
small
Yeah.
request, sir. Sir, can you give us one example on WebSocket, sir?
By default, madam, WebSocket, yeah, I can give that. But maybe first my point is I'll take this as a queue, madam. My initial target is I'll complete all the things, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. Actually, I'm searching for WebSocket, but I'm not understanding it outside. Whatever the theory I'm getting and example why
It's a
it is.
big topic, madam. It's a really big topic. Okay. Socket programming is a really big topic. Okay.
If
But
you're
first,
confident, please take it as a workshop also, sir.
no, I mean, it's my point here. First of all, I'll take care and I'll provide some assistance. Okay.
Yeah.
My initial target is whatever the syllabus I have, I'll complete it. After that, I will do the justice for everyone, not only for you, everyone. Okay. Right.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.